Inshallah and Ashe, as always, divine wills, blessings to you and for you. 333 plus magical energetic beings. Are we going to hit the 444 this month? Angel numbers. It is a mystical Monday, so go ahead and share the excitement with your friends along with other like minded musers in the virtual galaxy. Either way, thanks for joining in, tuning in. And go ahead right now and hit that white rabbit. Do so. It's the only way that we're going to make certain that this algorithm is going to give us the nutritional quotient that we all heartfelt deserve down to our soul and our bones, skipping stones, sending out a feeling of waves percolating, sharing to the seashores around the whole world, our inner value quotient, the optimistic venue, the love quotient. So while we're waiting for people to hop on, join us live, tune into the replay, whatever timeline by design you are on. It truly is a mystical Monday. And how was your divine feminine? How was that for you? I really started pondering all words that started with a W, whether it was like Wonder Woman, womb, warrior, wizards, and so much more. Just feeling into each word, connecting to a feeling, the belief around the thought, and where the thought kind of inspirited me to go from or go to, just being able to clear all limiting thoughts, all the limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, and even limiting feelings, you know? So after the cleansing or the clearing was finished with some finesse, I should say, finding where the door is, the pathway to feeling abundant. What does that truly feel like? So if you're able to feel abundantly, manifesting, what is it you belong doing and being in order to have what that is, what you're choreographing? So feelings of mastering our feelings, a feeling of peace, a feeling of joy, even a feeling of time flying by. That's when we are in the flow. That's when we are in our mastery, when time flies by. It never feels like we are working because we're in the flow. And when we feel it, that really is the key to opening a doorway to the other world. Everything is just flowing and you go with the flow. That's when we know what and where we belong doing, having, and creating in this timeline, this life. The flow of abundance, that creative flow, creative joy, all the sauce, really. So our heart already knows this. Spirit already knows. There's an awareness there of what to abundantly grow to create a future of the absolute joy, those joy molecules, feeling the waves, the particles in our heart, the doorways, the options that really excite us, light us up, charm us even, because we're in a charming, exciting, passionate month with the snake there, really exciting our heart, excitable. And now with Mercury off holiday, we've got some options that are really choreographed to manifest. Our thoughts are moving forward, ideas are flowing, maybe our communication is even in alignment. Maybe I'll finally get the new moon meditation out a little quicker now. So even if your affirmations are on repeat, often, it's time to erase the limiting thoughts. I find repeating a new thought is a tool to erase a limiting one. So that's where affirmations come in. And I just want to say the messages for the week in preview are in alignment, and I'm not even kidding. They're really, I would say they're scorching hot. But with that, my name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room in my closet in the corner of my house. It's actually the area of my sheep, which I am born in the year of the sheep. That's why I'm in this area of my home. But if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do go ahead and hit that white rabbit on YouTube, the white button. Tanya D, that's where you're tuning in. Even my Musing with Tanya D podcast, please subscribe if you have yet to. And in the season of Taurus, it really is the Earth Star, nature, empathy, the Shaman's portal, our sacral, the emotional field, emotional empathy. But before I go any further, once again, let's really give a divine shout out, inspirited shout out to the village. It's growing, the tribe's excelling, a gratitude and blessings, new peeps entering the community, the village, subscribing to the show. I just love to give a validation of voice and knowledge that I see you, I hear you, new friends and guests. Welcome to the show. And really my intention, my heartfelt desire truly is to hit the 444 for May, the 555 for June, and so on and so forth, really creating a village of like-minded musers. If you're picking up what those angel numbers I'm skipping out there into the field, are you in? Go ahead and share with your friends, like-minded groups and whatnot. It really does take a tribe, a village of not just like-mindedness to choreograph and to change the world. Also, let's give a shout out to those of you that have been part of my journey since the beginning. Those of you that do tune into the replay later and whatever timeline by design you're on, Ashe and blessings as always. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for listening to my muses. And just remember a comment if you do feel like you need a message for your day. Sharing is truly just another way of paying it forward. It's a gratitude blessing in the bowl. In this case, on the virtual streams. You could also find me, of course, on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and whatnot. Just remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do have energetic hiccups, and we do need an otherworldly life coach perspective assistant, myself included, by the way, to get us out of our own magical way so that our light shines brighter, our star. The daily snippet, what do I muse about here? Generally, the cosmic insights, the planets, the elementals of the galaxy doing their cosmic dance. By design, I do follow the lunar energies of the moon through the seasons and the gates. Different seasons bring in different energies through different gates, by the way. So for the season of Taurus, we do have the Earth Star. It's our 10th energetic center online. So it's all things nature, animal totems. It's like, are you a nature empath? Go ahead and take my Change Your Stars quiz to find out your intuitive gift order, psychic abilities. We all have them. We just frequent them differently. But Taurus is a season where things actually take form. It's like what manifests or how we manifest really depends on where Taurus is in our chart, our natal charts when we arrive to planet Earth. For me to manifest, I authentically, heartfelt have to believe in it. Belief is a thing for me. I cannot sell something that my heart doesn't believe in. Doesn't have integrity, a product, whatever that is, it's quality over quantity. So really staying curious and questioning everything. But it also depends on the ruler of your second house. In my case, it's Libra. So it's about balancing, weighing in on things. Am I open to the value of it? Am I seeing the value? Is this something that I can act upon? Am I committed to it through my heart? That is the only way. So what's the solution, right? And the 4 pillars of Chinese astrology, destiny, the elementals of the day, I bring those in to choreograph, not just with our energy centers, but also the pathways, the meridians. And as a reflector, I am always asking myself, is this the right time or the right place? Am I with the right people in the right time or the place? So I've always got this choreography going on. And what am I seeing and sensing that nobody else can sense or see or feel? What's the movement? What's the momentum I'm creating? What's the solution? I'm actually solution driven more than problematic. We know there's problems, but what's the solution? I don't need to reiterate a problem. So it's like, what am I creating within my movement for a solution? And if you are curious how you too can utilize the elementals off grid or on this grid, join me in the Rising of the Origins to really inspire a alternative perspective that you may not have seen within an elemental, whether it's a being of an elemental realm, the other world, or the elementals themselves. But the key is really trusting our intuition. So go ahead and take my quiz, Change Your Stars. Super fun. And if you're curious about your intuitive gifts, some of them just might be otherworldly. The out-of-body energetic centers really light up a different stage in the process. But now that the drawbridge has landed, it is solid, it is firm on the ground, our emotional foundation is really being choreographed, being heart-centered, channeling in the inner wheels of our sacral and the outer rims of the sacral, both front and back side. So the potential to manifest a future that our heart can actually hear, clear hearing, sound bathing, even feeling it, opening a door to our worth. That's what's happening in the chalice there. So are you ready for an excelling our worth, feeling the excitement, receiving the blessing, a gratitude blessing bowl even. I offer gratitude every time I receive something. I'm always saying arigato, or I'm creating a rune. Actually, runes are things lately, images, sigils. It's a thing for me. Just opening up to a gift received, maybe offering the gift to somebody who needs it, maybe more than you do. Just feeling and sensing that. You may even receive it in possibly some very otherworldly ways that you didn't even see coming. That's kind of a different kind of receivership. It's the element of surprise. So if you've taken a breath and a pause, a moment to really reflect or envision it, holding the tone, the vision for really 20 seconds every day, percolating even throughout the day. bringing it down into the earth star, barefoot on the grass, really feeling into the earth, Gaia, and your earth star. The overpour is kind of happening. It's flowing, and knowing that we have universal streams, the heavenly universe is flowing down, giving us the full pour, knowing that in our heart that we are worthy, divinely worthy of it, and so much more. The universe knows it, and now you do too. So if you're feeling this full pour is number one, seeing it is also key in the manifestation of it. Who are you going to share your abundance with? It really is kind of the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, gratitude, sharing it forward. How are you going to share it forward? So kind of visualizing this, feel what it feels like, otherworldly, usually unfamiliar. That raises our frequency to this overpour. And just comment the feeling that you receive when these streams first land. I would probably journal it. You might get some light language. You might get some sigils, angelic language, telepathy, even automatic writing, channeling. That's kind of what I do. The hearing sister might be a sound, actually. So who is your guardian? Is it your gatekeeper, an angel? Who is it that is already there to really move that pin? Who's holding the paper? So this kind of feels like a celebration, and I'm actually seeing the 10 of Cups. And we do have a lot of action happening for us. I would even say blessings happening, dreams coming true, authenticity. Can you feel the magic and the excitement of a mystical Monday, of your dreams and wishes becoming manifested, like landing in the earth from the star that you are? What's the feeling, the emotion that's circulating around it, percolating? So really allowing our spiritual support team, might be an ancestor, an angel, an otherworldly, I'm thinking of an elemental being actually, to really guide you and assist you. These universal and personal streams are really opening us up, our heart, in some very creative ways to receiving the insight, something that you've never imagined before. It's very magical. It kind of feels like bliss, exploring the waves and seeing those particles. So when our heart opens, really just taking it all in, absorbing it in, those inner wheels are spinning, and so is the outer wheel. But the biggest key to opening this doorway to manifesting something very unfamiliar in a season of not just manifesting, but more importantly, valuing ourselves, valuing your creativity. Somebody may not see the movement you're creating or the solution. So part of this is seeing yourself as the blessing that you authentically already are. Even if you are airspace, your airspace isn't heard. Great novels are actually written when words aren't heard from those around us. There's an idea. So airspace, what you wish to land will begin to start growing. And the abundance bowl, the protocol, blessing it, seeing it as if you already have it, it's already landed, being in creative flow. That's a lot happening there. Creative flow. Go to the waters so you're able to receive the abundance that you actually are wishing for. It's the wishing bowl or the wishing well. So when we are in the stillness, these creative waters, that's when we're able to open up ourselves. It's an opportunity that appears. It's kind of like coming out of the water. This opportunity appears through our feelings, those emotional waves. Emotion is energy in motion, a feeling of where we heartfelt, authentically belong, surfing these waves. And really, what's so bad about feeling fantastic? Feeling where to invest our time, our creativity, our energy. What is the creative outlet that you have? This is our creative overpour, something that creates a residual in our day-to-day future. Manifesting, coming in, I see it from the soul's harmonic, our soul empathy channel, the 9th energetic star, gold, golden light, universal streams, kind of manifesting a residual overpour if you can feel it. Again, it may feel very unfamiliar. And what does it feel like when you visualize it? It's going to feel very different, very magical. It might be starlight, just holding space, sacred space. It's like we've been granted access to really allow ourselves this time. Being in receivership, sometimes it's awkward for most of us. I'll say that out loud. Just allowing our heart to receive these opportunities that the universe is granting us access to, blessing us with. The heavenly universe is really offering us for a brighter, illuminated future. It's our brilliance in a cowrie shell divination. So filling into these opportunities, really listening to who is coming or who's ringing the doorbell, loving, easy, peaceful feelings. I would even bring in the joy molecules. Anything that feels easy and peaceful, inner peace, brings you inner peace, knowing that you are on the path, you're on stable ground, and opening up your chalice, your heart, that really is the thing to do. And if you do have trust issues, trusting in the universe is, the universe has our back. We have to hold that key seed sound. But intuition is going to be the guiding light. So if you're heading the right way with what you're manifesting, just know it's your intuition. Listen to your guides, your hearing sisters. They're going to come in probably with a little fragrance today. But with that, just a few announcements on the highway. I do have the Rising of the Origins coming in. I also have a gate open today. But the Rising of the Origins, there I am. So not only is this my Sunday mystery guest, but it's also something I do twice a year. It's a 5-day free immersion. It actually begins June 1st. If you're in, we're going to start with setting the stage, the foundation, our gift and our purpose, the elementals, the subtles. We're going to combine all this, creating your own cosmic juice, discovering possibly your gift and your purpose, and so much more. Super fun. I also have my podcast out. This one was fantastic. She's super fun. The Mystical Wisdom of the 5 Levels of Pleasure, which was super fun listening to her. Bracha is amazing. She's this week's podcast episode, this audio artist, Bracha Goats. Love that name. So listen in and learn about them. It's actually pretty juicy. If you have tuned in, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some mystical wisdom there. She's authored over 41 books, children's. I see them as an adult picture book, kind of like magazines. Remember to comment on your favorite audio room artist as well. Musing with Tanya D on my podcast, on my website, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon too, and wherever else. And again, back to the mystery guest. I do a mystery guest on Sundays. A mystery guest artist. This is the 4 pillars chart in the Rising of the Origins, a private community. So if you need assistance for your elemental foundation, that's kind of what I utilize this for, really, to choreograph your story, assisting you with the elementals. Last Sunday, of course, yesterday, I took the day off, retreating. I hid out in my closet doing my own cosmic dance. I hope you tuned into your divine feminine yesterday as well. And I do have Soliciting Solitude on the highway for a divine feminine savings, by the way, for yourself, 88. I love angel numbers, or buy one, get one free. So I'm all about the options. Men too, you have a yin side as well. Sometimes we got to get in touch with both sides of our yin and your yang. I truly believe the elemental pathway, the highway, is a base for our foundation to really rise up from our origins. So yeah, join the Rising of the Origins, the Immersion, if you are feeling called to dive deeper and immerse yourself into the elementals. And I do offer cowrie shell divinations. I was certified through Elder Melodoma Somé himself. The universe guided him there. Everything I do is spirit directed. And I also offer one-on-one soul support sessions. Online offerings, if you are expanding your knowledge into energy medicine or healing, I also do that. I have the Energy Body Demystified. This is kind of a beginner's journey to kind of heal yourself, because we got to start choreographing the foundation, go to our shadows, basically. And then I dive you into Change Your Stars. From there, it's the Other World, which is actually probably my favorite. However, I do find that we all need a foundation, which is needed. So we know our intuitive gifts, which ones that are resonating for us and through us. They do alter sometimes. They do change, by the way. And Mongolia, if your soul's nudging you, calling you, possibly dragging you to go on an indigenous spiritual adventure. Space is actually limited, and the price is going up the end of May. So you got 15 days for that, 16 maybe. And today I also have a gate online, which I'm kind of curious about this one. This is the gate 51 and 25 accessing today. So this is about truly, if you can look at the graph and the chart, I actually have quite a bit on both these channels, but this is kind of an empowering energy. It's kind of an excitable one as well. It's the channel of initiation. So for me, I feel like this is the initiation to manifestation. But the gate of shock is the 51, and the gate of innocence is the 25. And together, this creates a catalyst for humanity and myself. So I'm designed to be initiated and also to initiate the outer world. So the willpower that I have is here to help not just myself get through initiations that could often be difficult, but sometimes shocking. It's a design of needing to be first. So I'm here to be first into the unknown, the otherworldly, and experience the transformation first so that I can empower others outside of me also to transform. It's also the channel of the shaman or the priestess. So I find that very curious because I do have that in my cosmic highway as well, the high priestess, the joy, the fall of my joy. So I'm here to learn to transcend my own ego, to surrender to the oneness, the connection of the divine, and that universal streams. The innocent love of the 25. This is where we understand that we really are all one despite our individuality. We all get to come to this cosmic round table. And when we learn to transform through the initiations instead of suffering through them, that's when we discover the real power there. And having an ability to be a catalyst, a conduit, and create the transformation for others really moves humanity forward, excelling, innovating. But so does my own innate drive to be first. Others are always competing with me, whether I intend for them to or not. But this competition really assists everyone to learn and grow as a collective. So just being aware of that, I thought was pretty fascinating. So knowing if you do have this it really is the gate of initiation. So if life has shocked you a little bit during any of these transits, we're not alone if you've got this gate 51 with the 25. But it's meant to be an initiation through a shocking experience into the love of spirit. So it's the shock. I think it's the innovation. It's the sudden shock that gives the power to transform through cracking our hearts open to what is really valuable to us individually and beyond. So it is the will center, it's the heart, and part of the individual circuit. So it's all about the love of life and being unafraid to take those risks. And often, for the receiver, it's those shocking experiences from life that really have the ability to shock others. So the shock really comes with a new mystical or spiritual understanding. So just understanding this energy, that's when we have the capacity to use our own shocking experiences to deepen our spiritual understanding with our services out into the world. So that's pretty innately. So I guess I'm going to be shocked today and transforming through these experiences, these initiations. But on the elemental highway, there we go. We've got, how are you guys liking the charmer? The charming month we're having, the Ding Sai. Have you felt more charming, more inspirited with the season of summer and the element of fire on the month? Again, I'd be asking myself, who's charming who, me or them? Or are you Mowgli being charmed? Or are you the snake doing the charming? So we've got these opposing forces. But this really is kind of a charming month. It's passionate. It's very excitable. Different elementals coming in. But the Yin Water Rooster, the Gui You. Roosters are kind of known for being cocky, but our rooster's not being fed, so it's not so cocky. The earth, the yang earth, is hidden in the snake, so the rooster can't really get to it, and yang metal is very in storage. So when this manifestation arrives at the doorway, the flow, maybe you're feeling a little cocky today. I mean, as long as it's your ego talking and your emotions are your feelings, in the directive of this blessing and gratitude is our feelings. Feeling authentic gratitude in the blessing bowl. Fire reflects upon the waters, intuition showing us the way. It's like spirit to water. You can't make this up. And Yin water is full of intuition, psychic abilities, intuitive perceptiveness, full of insight, ideas, curiosity, questioning everything. I love this flow. And the Yin metal, that's a mentor, might be a reflecting mentor, flicking away the negativity, a resource, a mate. It's on the mate channel there. A mate who refines the resources, the luxury of them, maybe even stingy a little bit. Some people are kind of prudish on what they think luxury is. But our day has yang metal again in storage in the snake. That's the gift and the purpose for our day. And the snake is wealth. wealth for our day, creating wealth. It gives us power, gives us the prime directive, a resource to provide it. So listen to your intuitive gift today. I feel like it's probably, I'd say it's a combination of your third eye visioning and voices you hear, and also what you feel inside of you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Again, intuition comes in a variety of forms, but again, the hearing sister, that's automatic writing. That's also the hearing sister, channeling, visioning, feeling, ideas, sigils, scribing, prompting ideas that maybe float in the air. It's also wealth we can't get to, the yin fire, the heavenly bank account there. But either way, yang fire and the snake is the gift that keeps on giving, and intuition is the light that guides our day. So you can't make this shift up. I'm just saying that. When the elementals are in line with the cosmic highway, it really is fluid. And the earth is hidden, the earth star there, but hidden underneath the snake there. But fire does produce the earth, and the earth does produce the metal, which then produces the water. So we do have flow. We've also got a distant friend in the year. In the distance there, the year pillar. The rabbit is our creativity. It's giving us the full pour. It's like the getting inducted into the spiritual hall of fame. Like it's the pour universal streams coming from spirit, the ideas, even the affirmations, that we're actually on the right path. Spirit is going to be the conductor for this. And we have flow from the year all the way to our day. And the snake kind of refines the rooster. It's a refining energy. Earth, definitely, I'd say go barefoot out on the earth. Feel your creativity, your manifestation landing, taking form in the earth plane, the heavenly realm to the earth. That's kind of the sensation. Feel it. Allow inspiration to flow, creativity as well. Feelings of stress dissipate quickly when we are in our creative flow. Giving all that physical world stress, giving it up to spirit to transform. Knowing we're gaining our prosperity, we're getting our abundance. And when we are in this cosmic creative flow, it's very passionate, it's charming, it's nurturing to our spirit, our prime directive. And then that's when the heart begins to create, like birthing something new with joy molecules. This is inner peace, having courage, creativity. Really, it's the sauce. It's the magic sauce. And the messages for the week actually are in divine alignment as well. I did go with the muse because I am a muse, which is amusing. Sorry, it's funny. But for today, Monday, what do we have? Monday the 15th, we've got the 10 of materials, which is actually a Taurus energy in very both ways by divine guidance here. Materials, the earth, the 10. We're in the season of manifesting again. This is the divine pour of trusting and loving what we are creating and manifesting, and preparing us for this new moon at the same heightened energy frequency. It's like, this is where I'm at and this is where I'm going. It's material success, family, creating a legacy, prosperity, community is even prosperous, growing, a dynasty of love and wealth, all the great things, including along with helping others, the harvest season. So this kind of tells me it's 6 months from now. It's probably going to be more initiated, but we are planting the seed now and kind of being bound by the garden of legacy and timelessness, knowing we are timeless. The 10 of materials kind of brings the blessings of love and hope through the gifts of nurturing and sustenance. You know, we've got to nurture the manifestation, vitality, health, prosperity, even joy, the joy molecules. But most of all, she's this earthly muse of legacies and the material successes. And she's offering us a window of wealth, the opportunity that's not just going to benefit ourselves, but the entire village, the community, the tribe, for lifetimes of wonder. I really believe we need to start being in our body, being in our creativity, doing what we came to do instead of what society professes upon us. So here we can actually see that she has blessed the people on the village there, the fruits of our labors and her fruits even. And she's blessing each and every one of us. So it's the opportunity to really eat and dance with her. I wouldn't say indulge, but I would say eating, something that fills you at the table of generosity and just stepping into our wholeness, embodying who we are, what we're creating, and just being honored by her, lifting up others who may not have had the same blessing, the same opportunities in their lifetime. It is the blessing bowl, knowing that our harvest is going to be ample, it's going to be vibrant, it's probably going to be more than we ever expected. It's like, yes, and what else? You've got the juice flowing. So it's kind of a beautiful sign of that abundance and knowing that it is on its way. It's kind of the dynasty that we're weaving for ourselves and for others and through our soul, like creating a legacy along with all of our ancestors. Everything's in line. So, we don't want to make a mistake, and the mistake of not sharing wealth of the right intentions, sharing our garden. So kind of pay attention to paying to all that's true and how to buy ascension. It's kind of a topsy-turvette. And Tuesday, tomorrow, the 16th, we've got the starlight. And I believe that we're all on the spiritual ladder day, manifesting the laws of spirit, feeling spirited, being attuned with spirit, intuition. Spirit is there, the star that we all are. So this is about renewed hope, expectations. Obviously, it's positivity. Dreams are arriving, rewarding us, divine timing, opportunities, seeing the beauty in all of our situations, the magic that resides there. It's kind of prompting us to be optimistically collected. So when the star muse really hears her name being called across the cosmos, the galaxy, that's when she rises to hear the beckoning, the calling of this optimism of those that really allow her energy to kind of settle into their heart space. So she's got one foot in the water, one on the land. She's able to draw on the power of the sea along with the stars reflecting. If you've ever done a water ritual, I would say I went into the starlight. It was like really bringing the stars into the waters and vice versa, just using both of them to nourish our dreams. So she's kind of feeding our desires, those deep self-discoveries, and bringing us bright wishes for a better future. It's starlight. So with the light and the clarity of the star, that's why she's offering us a very powerful message of fulfillment. We're going to have a joyous, magical week filled with this patience of really helpful, hintful expectations, really taking a sip from the fountain of faith, having intuitive trust and gifting, and believing in your incredible power to really reach your goals. Just allowing the outcome, opening our heart to this starlight and the sunshine, and just knowing that your magic is here for you today energetically. And this is going to bring with it a promise of that renewed hope. Trusting in our ability to shine. It really is time to emerge our brilliant light. So the starlight is really calling and emerging from our dreams as they really are percolating and coming alive. Filling your sky maybe with some bewitching wonders, maybe some bright, wishful trusting in the arrival, just knowing it's happening for us. It's kind of the message there. Wednesday, I love this as well. This is kind of, I almost turned it so you could see these two, but this is kind of an angelic being kind of sensation for me at least. And this is the wizardry of Wednesday, the 17th. This is the muse of inspiration. So this is fire. It's being inspirited, inspirational success, an inspired leader, a visionary, thinking big, thinking differently, innovatively. It's the ability to bring many moving parts together into one large story. All the adjectives, a chapter, just remaining inspired and spirited and taking that action, making sure that you don't create unrealistic expectations on the same highway. But the prompt is the finish line of the phoenix. So this is this welcoming energy. It's welcoming us because we're I always see people as ants on the earth plane. Don't ask me why, but little tiny travelers. And we've got the world of inspiration at our hands. So expect to be initiated in ways that you could not possibly imagine as of yet, being fully maybe you're encapsulated or captivated by ideas. And maybe you're being propelled by this enthusiasm, having otherworldly ambition. So this muse is offering us fire. Inspiration is fire energy on a month where we got the fire, right? So we're kind of branding the edges of our experience, racing with excitement, igniting this wisdom, ancient wisdom in our heart. It really is the divine pour. So she's asking us to really enlist the help of others along the way. It really does take a village, right? So she's sharing her power to turn it into Ashe. And if you don't know, Ashe has more than one element in there. We've got nature, we've got fire, and we've got earth. So we got 3 elementals. You can add to that and boost the protection. And that's anchoring us. So just remembering that you're a warm cocoon, you're the butterfly, you've got confidence, you're determined. That's going to light you up, lighting up our heartfelt beliefs, believing in our inspiration. It's in heart alignment, it's dreams and wishes. So it's going to sing into being this phoenix energy, the rise of the phoenix. It's going to allow us to really rise from the depths of anything that's actually been put in our pathway. So it's kind of like, you know, for those of you that have had babies, pregnancy, in the womb, the water, and you feel the butterfly feelings, those heart flutters. It's also the breath to deliver life, to bring it into the future, the vision. So it's time to really set our world, lighting it up on the stage, making it glow. Vision, a spiritual acumen. That's what's going to guide us. That's how this is going to happen. So it really is the doorway opening. It's a time to find our purpose, being purposeful, success, and taking that inspired action out into the world as we fall in love with what it is we're creating, our goals, our manifestations. So it's kind of timing and calling in the divine weaver, sending us a muse inspired by fire with wind in our shoes, Mercury. And we also have, following this, you cannot make these messages up, I'm telling you. This is the Ace of Emotions. What do I want to say about this? Coming on the threads of the new moon, literally a duality here. But the Ace of Emotions, it's the sun and the moon. The ace is the one, and the moon is our emotions. So new relationships, exciting new feelings are merging. Maybe something compassionate's happening for us. Creativity is always there. I think that's going to be here all year long with the rabbit on the year, actually. But this is more of an emotional intelligence. It's the intuition of our heart. It's a time to connect with any repressed emotions, do some healing, unblocking our creativity, getting us in the flow. It's also a message to kind of read our heart waves, if you can read the emotional heart. So this is a watery muse. It's fluid as the sea's waves. Even the seaweed dancing and swaying, flowing with the currents, always bubbling with new feelings, kind of bringing those to life. I'm loving this imagery. It reminds me of like maybe a cosmic bathroom. I don't know. I want a bathroom remodel. But underneath the mirrored surface of this creative seashores, that's the creativity of our heart. It's an intelligence guided by an emotion. So creating new perspectives and awareness of all the magical connections. We're all divinely connected in the oneness. And all of this contains like the genesis, the magnitude of different loving relationships. The love we offer the world is the love we receive in return. So she does this through healing, blending, introducing, and taking the plunge, the galactic cosmic plunge towards love, breaking down the barriers each and every time. So she's inviting us to the depths of her tides to swim and get into those healing waters, emerging to the surface, our spiritual truths on an acumen day. So this is where she's going to open up the rivers of new affinities and experiences. So it's kind of like a beautiful new heart connections that are there, or they're on their way, they're flowing. So she may feel, maybe sometimes we do feel a little helpless. Maybe we resist. Maybe we're too eager. Maybe we're insisting. Maybe we're swimming willfully into the sea of the new with nothing more than an open heart, pockets filled with hope for that which the tides are going to bring. It's sailing on the seashores. It kind of feels a little like frothy sea foaming. Oh my hells. Yeah, this is awesome. And our next one, you're not going to believe it. This is seriously a choreography I couldn't have made up today. The 10 of emotions. So we have the 10 of materials today. We've got the 10 of emotions following the ace of emotions. And this is on the day of the new moon, loving and trusting and loving. So feelings are these incisions that we're making. It's the earth and the sun, the moon and our emotions, lighting up the stage. So if you aren't feeling your manifestations really coming to you, this is what I am feeling with all of these messages. This is like the golden eagle arriving. It's the rise of the phoenix through the ashes. Friday the 19th, some earth offerings, Tingon, Timbaloo, the moving waters, if you will. happiness, fulfillment, even a spiritual awakening, family, community. I mean, that's kind of what's happening here. This is the village. These are connections that have meaning, meaningful connections, and being heart led on purpose, like purpose, prime directive here, connecting with the universe along with others through connecting with love, love and connection. It's celestial knots of love, divine timing, even tying those knots. I would say a ritual dance to really setting the stage, barefoot in nature, just joyful manifesting of our hearts and loves. It's relational empathy as well. But again, it goes back to loving and trusting. It's the shaman's portal along with the earth star, kind of in this choreography. So it's the unity of souls and minds and cycles of completion. Things are coming to fruition. And it's all of the hearts are aligned. You can see the streams in this card. You can actually see, I'm thinking of a sigil, sacred geometry. So they're singing, there's dancing, they're stepping together in tune, celebrating. It's one galactic, juicy, giant love energy, even connected feelings for each and every one of us. So it's kind of a community bliss. It's intoxicating. It's like otherworldly. It feels dimensionally different. So the energy of the many is often, it's greater than the energy of the one. And these ancient dancers, we all know that when we connect with a group of like-minded, like-hearted souls for this kind of vibrational healing, so in doing so, we can connect directly to source, the great spirit, with an energy that will forever amplify our ability to be in those streams of love and breaking down those walls. It's like seeking community and love and connection. And just know that this card means literally it is on its way. So really enjoying this high frequency vibrational movement and feel into its emotional outpour, faith, divine faith, alliances, and knowing we are supported. You're going to be in the flooded energy waters with love, and our only purpose or task for this energy is to really soaking it all in. So when we shine our essence, our radiant bliss, our light, our star in a devoted, happy place and face, our heart's wide open. We can trust the tides. We can be more amorous and tender phrases, being in kind. Affirm love, see love, sense love. And because we had a bonus for the weekend or the day, we also have the new moon on its way. I got another message, which you can't make this up. We finished, this card flipped out. So we finished with the Queen of Materials on the last day of manifesting season. You cannot make this shift up, seriously. But the Queen of Materials on a queenie day is all I gotta say. And what do all queens do? Well, not all queens, but this one especially. It's materials, so it's mothering, it's nurturing, it's that kind of energy. We're going to have the abundance. We're going to have financial wealth. We're going to gain it, unconditional love, prosperity, trusting in the universe to provide for us all of our needs. It's the earth energy. It's abundance. It's grounding. Go barefoot on the earth. I'm telling you, responsibilities, creature comforts, all those things coming towards us and actually sending them out, a gift received. And so we can receive more. It's the flow. Just knowing we're strong. Are you loving? Are you determined? Are you feeling more courageous? So this queen stands beneath a poster of her upcoming prosperity and ascension premiere. It really is the spiritual walk of fame. She's lovingly teased by the other queens, the muses out there, about her larger than life self promos. So just knowing that she must literally walk the talk in order to model the path to self-love, self-acceptance. She wants to nurture this in each and every one of us. So this is the path to wealth, but more importantly, health and joyful abundance, showering the world with our gifts and purpose. But her unconditional love, what that means is she's going to actually or always teach us how to do it for ourselves instead of just simply gifting the prosperity, our creativity. So she's going to shower us with the warmth, the nutrition. I would say the nutrition quotient, cleansing, just doing whatever it is that really keeps our spirits lit up, offering us a limitless supply of opportunities. I would say unlimited possibilities, creature comfort, security. So she's really sharing the message of being independent, accountable, along with having our own safety net for life. So she's also reminding us to lean in or lean on family or friends, nurturing people that nurture around us, and just bringing in and welcoming in the prosperity, success that's really ours for the taking, for the now. It's happening for all of us, self-made, self-believed. She's standing for herself, knowing she's achieved it. It's an image of a projected self vision of manifested dreams and wealth. A deep investment of her caring, along with multitudes of joyful sharing. I mean, it's reciprocated. It's reciprocity is the word that's coming. But compassion, it's a different, special kind of earthly wisdom in our mindset. So removing those limiting thoughts. That's what I'm streaming. What a weekend preview, right? Oh, galactic juicy. So I would affirm that I have opened the doorway, receiving the gift of abundance, knowing that you are in the flow, being in the flow, having the flow, knowing you're in the flow, heart aligned with where you belong and what you belong, manifesting, creating in this life. It's your journey, not somebody else's. So make it gratitude. Make it a gratitude journey. Ashe, blessings. I'll see you on the other side. Be sure to tune into my podcast. She's fantastic.
They make them in the lab so that they are at the most addictive point that you can't just eat one. You can't just have one piece of chocolate. You can't do that because it's designed to work with your body to have you overeat it. And so when you experience that pleasure, it leads to overeating. Like as opposed to like something like an orange, you're not going to eat a whole bag of oranges because it fills you in a different kind of way. It's got all the nutrients and the fiber that fills you up. It fills you up physically and spiritually. It fills you with gratitude. So it's a whole different kind of experience. And that's why so many people overeat, because it's not really like you're overeating oranges, you're overeating junk. It's not eating them that's the problem, it's overeating them, but that's not our fault because they're designed to do that.